I'm your host for 5 Minute Financial, Hugh Riley, and it's 5 minutes, and it's one topic, and John Klotz, our financial guru, is here. John, great to have you on.
Thanks for having me on, Hugh. Appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, now we got 5 minutes. Are you ready to hit the clock there, John?
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go. We are rolling. 5 minutes, and today's topic is critical illness insurance. John, what is critical illness insurance?
Huge topic. Critical illness pays a one-time lump sum fee in the event you develop one of 23 horrific specific diseases, including cancer, heart disease, stroke, Parkinson's, MS. I can go through the list, but you'll just get depressed.
No, because it's turning bad news into good news.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? Well, what could be better than that?
Absolutely. You know, it's interesting. I've been in this business 21 years, and the majority of claims that I've experienced from selling both life, disability, and critical illness have really been from critical illness policies. And the reason is the average age of claim of people who own a critical illness policy is 41.
Yeah.
Not very old. And they're coming down with these diseases that we're all familiar with, and unfortunately we're all touched by. Cancer, heart disease, stroke, Parkinson's, MS.
And we think it can't happen to us, but what if it does, and what if we don't have that, and what about our families?
Absolutely. And what this policy has done is you have to buy it when you're super healthy, because the insurance companies are losing money on it.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of these diseases that are an epidemic.
So this is one of those where you have to get a medical.
Sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. There are products out there where they really limit the amount of bodily fluids that you have to come up with. But there are some products where they will just say, you know, name, date of birth, and a few proprietary pieces of information, and you can actually obtain this type of coverage.
Okay. But really, what are the chances? You say the average age is 41 for this, but what are the chances of somebody getting, critical illness? Really?
Yeah, I mean, the statistics are horrific. The number one cause of death is either between heart disease or cancer. And there is always, there is a chance, a 1 in 3 chance that Canadians will have these sort of diseases before the age of 65. And they're devastating. So critical illness is that stopgap in the event you do develop one of these diseases. And here's the problem, Hugh, is that people are surviving, which is great from a personal perspective, but they are not surviving financially. And that is the problem.
Because they're losing their income.
They're losing their income, or they're not who they were. So for instance, they don't have the energy to run their businesses.
There you go.
Right? Or they're preoccupied with treatments. So this critical illness, what it does is it drops a one-time lump sum check, anywhere from $25,000 all the way to $2 million, tax-free, right into your bank account in the event you survive 30 days upon a diagnosis of one of these critical illnesses.
Okay, you mentioned heart disease, you mentioned cancer. What are the other diseases that are covered?
Well, we can go through the list. Stroke. The big 3 ones are cancer, heart disease, stroke. Moving up the list is multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Lou Gehrig's disease. I can go through this, coma, major burns. Where do I stop?
What if it's a disease that nobody's heard of before, but it's debilitating?
Right. So what they don't cover are psychological things like nervous breakdowns. That they do not cover. They are looking for manifestation of disease, and absolutely correct, some of the diseases will not be covered with a critical illness policy, and that's why it's really important that it be supplemented by a disability policy. But critical illness is a really important product to have.
What about schistosomiasis?
That is not covered yet, but they're working on it.
Okay.
Now, what does that one do? Does that force you to work at an internet TV show?
That's the one you get when you go swimming in the Nile.
Actually, they do cover West Nile disease.
I had that a couple years ago, John.
Did you really?
I wish I would have had some of that insurance then. Yeah, I did.
Well, there you go. And well, the interesting thing is, and you survived.
I did diagnose it myself, though.
Now, wait a second. What is it that happened that you said you had West Nile disease?
Well, I did get bit by a few mosquitoes, and I became, my legs, I couldn't walk
Yes.
with a limp. My eyes started clouding over. I had flu-like symptoms. I couldn't work for a month. And if it weren't for my miraculous cures, I might not even be here today.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Okay, not a lot of time left, John. What's the premium? The return of the premium.
Okay. So there's a number of factors. You're asking me two questions. What is the premium? How much does it cost? There's a number of factors that affect the price. Male, female, age, smoking status, and
John,
your health.
John, we don't have any more time. That's it. We promised our people 5 minutes. Time's up.
There you go.
Okay, so people who have been able to last the 5 minutes, they can go to the website, which is
5minutefinancial.ca.
.ca, and there's a questionnaire there,
Fill out the questionnaire. Yes, absolutely.
and then they get something.
They
right?
get a $100 dining discount gift certificate.
Amazing. That if they're from Toronto.
In the GTA, absolutely.
Okay. John, great to do this as always. Thanks everybody for sticking to the 5 minutes. We'll see you next time.